and long. They're going to throw. That's the line. He's going to run for it. Give him 8 on that one. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here's their first carry for LeQuint Allen. And that is exactly what you're looking for on a first down run. He picked up 7.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Right side, quick pass, complete. Short gain in the end to about the 36-yard line. Tackle made by Chuck Clark.
Brings up 3rd down.
Gonna keep this one and go. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
All right, guys. This is it. This is all you do. You
It's more than a must get.
you go to your Super Sim. Super Sim. All right. Jump forward and a game.
Even if the
And that's how it's CPU versus CPU.
Be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
You go in a franchise, choose your team, right?
On first down. Steel curtain just too
You
much.
adjust all the shit. You gotta go on YouTube, watch all the how to adjust everything. It's fucking insane.
Second down.
Then you know you go to your slim, slow down, end a game, and you can watch the game.
Back to throw. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
All right, up to the point of the game, Kate. Now, we got to get the ball out of our hands. He has just taken a beating all game long, and on this drive, yet again. Find a way to protect, find a way to run, and get the ball out of his hands.
Up the middle they go with Bigsby. Not a chance at all as he is met at the line on this one. That's going to be 4th and very long.
Well, Kate, that's a white flag waving if I've ever seen one. I'm not sure I saw any avenue with that run play that was going to result in a first down. It felt more like the coordinator saying, well, you earned that call by the mishaps on 1st and 2nd down.
Jacksonville in punt formation. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And they're playing with a chance to take the lead right here. Get a nice little cushion in what has been an otherwise really close game.
Yeah, and really the mindset, Kate, is this has got to be the drive. When you
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down. Working from the gun. Rudolph has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? They'll air it out on 3rd. Finds Miller, complete. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. Now we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. Hang with us. More football coming up from Everbank. On first down, here's Rudolph. Caught by Washington, left side. Fights his way through a tackle. And in a blink, they are up to midfield before somebody manages to stop him.
12 more yards. That's another Steelers.
Throwing it again here. Completed over the middle. And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. Sticking to the air here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Working quickly here.
Third and 12.
Throwing on 3rd. Rudolph. He's in trouble and gets brought down again. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Here's Cameron Johnston to punt it away once more. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. To the air now on 1st and 10. Steelers bringing pressure, no place to go, down he goes. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
Back now, pressure coming. That one's complete, right side. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. All right, back to the ground game here. This is going to be shining up first, but not by much. It's 4th and short. The Steelers use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. They'll send Logan Cook out again for the punt. And they could really use a good one here. And that return's going to leave them enough time to squeeze in 2 plays here if they want before the half.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And they'll stop him after he picks up 4 to begin this drive. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. So we're all knotted up here at the half, Rock, as we send this over to our buddy Scott Hansen, who's got our halftime report. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen here with an abridged version of the halftime report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight, competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
All right, thanks for that hard work, Scott. These 2 teams ready to break this tie as we welcome you back for the 3rd quarter. This return starts at the 5. Good work so far. He's got room. They're going to track him down, but a nice effort in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. We'll see the Steeler offense first this half as they're headed out now. And they could take control of the 2nd half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Stopped by Fourier Oluokun.
The cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Trying to lay this one in deep down the right side. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
3rd down from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Throwing now off the play action. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he will take this down near the opposing 35-yard line. Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play.
At the 37-yard line.
A give to Allen out of the shotgun. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
Junior on the tackle. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 38-yard line.
Trying to throw this from the gun. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Throw here, 3rd down. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And this defense makes the stop in a big way to bring up 4th down.
How many times we see these coaches after games sit there at the press conference and pull out the stat sheet, and when they do, they look for some anomalies. And today, well, this head coach is going to be very proud of a defensive effort getting after the quarterback 6 different times. 6 sacks, and they've had a heyday in the backfield. Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. 1st and 10. On the play action, here's Rudolph. It is cut left side. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7. 2nd and 3 now.
Out of bounds at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
From the gun, a give to Gainwell. Nothing doing on the draw block. That's going to send him backwards ahead of 3rd down. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. They got a man open to beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
And that gets out of bounds down inside the 20. It looks to be at about the 17-yard line. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. They left a few on the table there last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal try to miss the mark. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. Now we'll run this with Bigsby. He's able to manage a couple on that run.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
And the steel curtain just too much. He's taken down. And they come through the sack to bring around 3rd down.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Steelers in the dime for this 3rd down. Putting a receiver in motion. From the gun on 3rd down. Shoots away from one. Into the hands of Irwin. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stops. The Jaguars into punt formation. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Now we'll get a stoppage for an injured player as they're headed out to check on an injured Steeler. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set. 1st and 10. On play action, Rudolph Well, right side, caught by Smith. And our first down only gets about a yard here. The defender there to force him out.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
He's dropping back to throw. Finds him over the middle. He gets it forward a little to his 46. And Trell Miller making that play.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
To the air on 3rd and long. He's making a bid for it. He's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
A gain of
6-yard gain on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Pittsburgh.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
2nd and 10.
Staying between the tackles with Gainwell. Works the sideline inside the 35. And he gets him the first partner, but they are already acting like this one's not going to stand. Let's listen. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. 2nd and manageable. He's throwing. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. Rudolph from the gun. That's caught. He's got Washington. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone.
A gain of 19 yards.
He's going to throw it again. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
He was covered by Tyson Campbell.
Here's a give inside to Gainwell. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
Gain of 15 yards. That's another Steelers first down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard
In the red zone on 1st. Oh, and quick there. And they bring him to the turn. And it's step 1 towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. 2nd and goal coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with the sack.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Here he goes. 3rd and long. He's going to run for it. And he has the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers take a 3rd quarter lead.
That is what I call emptying the tank right there, baby. Giving him all he had. He's not a running quarterback by trade. He's creative. He just made him pay.
Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Steelers break that tie and now lead by 7.
Jaguars 7.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the puncher, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. From the gun, it's a give to Bigsby. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Dropping back to throw. Connecting on the slant. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40.
That's good for our Jaguars.
Going now on 1st down. Looking slant route complete. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
1st First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Hits him on the out route. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's second down.
Bounds at the 41-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Jaguars football. They trail, but it's still within reach. Second and 3 now. Completed over the middle. He's going to take this down to the 11-yard line. That one hits for 30. And the Jaguars have a first down.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Shotgun give now to Bigsby. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Second and 10. Need something positive here.
Second and 10 at the Steelers' 11-yard line.
Design bootleg here. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming third down.
Just an incredible effort out of him today. And the type of performance, frankly, that elevates the energy level of all 10 guys around him. What a game he's got going.
Third and long for him here. Oh, he lost the football. And the Steelers get to it. There he goes on the right side. 30. Hits the 20. And Pittsburgh's going to take this back for the touchdown. The Steelers go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the fourth. A great return out of him, makes a great play into one of our game's biggest highlights with that touchdown.
Yeah, some serious running back skills right there for a linebacker who doesn't get too many chances to show out like that. The only time we normally see him at top speed, Kate, is when he's running down a ball carrier. But to put that ball in his hands, wasn't going to be denied.
Going after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers double their lead to 14.
Jaguars 7.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored. And with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Fields this one at the 3. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Out now runs the Jaguars offense. This could be the decisive drive. Down 2 scores late. They've got to find some points to get it back within 1. Running left with Bigsby. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there. You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep it moving forward.
They connect on the deep shot. And he gets this down near the 30. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Now here he goes. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. Following the play, we have an injured Steeler. The training staff out there to check on him as we take a pause. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. Now we give left side to Bigsby. Escapes the defender. And they're going to have first and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there.
54 yards. That's another Jaguars first down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
They were running again with Bigsby. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Guessing everybody in the huddle on the sidelines should have won a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot, and can't wait to see what they do here on second and goal.
This time it's a passing play. And this is going to be a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars now within 1 score in the fourth. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Little Tex on the extra point. And the Jaguars chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Kent on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he has kept his pace up in the second half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. On first down, here's Rudolph. Wilson on the slant. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
That's good for us Steelers. First down. A gain of 22 yards.
Well, you don't normally get that type of outcome on a slant. You're just looking for a little short yard gain. To find the right type of athlete with space to work before and a perfectly placed ball after the catch. That's a perfect play to break it big.
Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And the Steelers have a first down.
Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They stick with Gainwell. And gets this one down inside the 30. That's a gain of 5.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And their next snap is coming from that red zone as he reaches the 14. All set now, first and 10.
15 yards. That's another Steelers first.
Shotgun handoff to Johnson. And they're going to have first and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
Now the Steelers first down.
The good team is gonna win, ladies and gentlemen. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's go, another touchdown, and the game is set. We win.
Looking from the gun, Rudolph. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Roman Wilson, the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up.
You know, guys, that new coach is the best, man. His name is Jack Coach. The best coach in the NFL.
Steelers double their lead to 14. Now Boswell on to send this away. Has this at the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. And they just saw that lead stretch out to a 2-score margin now. Really makes this a must-score series late.
And Kate, you know I believe this. You can never play this game in a state of desperation, but a state of urgency got to be a sky high right now.
He keeps it and takes off. And he gives himself up after a short gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Second and 8 at the 24-yard line.
They give up the gut to Bigsby. Not much space available there. Maybe 2. That brings up 3rd down. Offense up to the line fast.
That's a gain of 3. Now
3rd down from the gun. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. Offense to the line fast.
It's 4th down.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Throwing the out route complete. Did he get there? Did he get there? I don't think so. Now the refs agree. He's marked short, and this is going to be a turnover on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. New set of downs for him from the 31. The give here to Gainwell. The flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. They'll run. It's Gainwell. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. 1st down run netted them nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. On the play action, here's Rudolph. Fires right away, but incomplete. That one missed the mark. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. So 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. Throwing on 3rd, Rudolph. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play. Jarrett loose, incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So that brings up 4th and long. Here comes Chris Boswell in the Steelers field goal unit. It's a 48-yard look for him. Boswell able to knock it through. And that makes this a 3-score game.
I think you could call this one now, Kate. This field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
He fields it from the 8. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. And they take the field feeling pretty beaten down with how this one's gone. Even if they're keeping their heads high, Brock, not a whole lot they've been able to do so far.
Yeah, in these moments, I think of golfers, right in a tournament. They don't want to look at the scoreboard. They don't want to see how much they're down. They just want to take it shot by shot by shot. It's exactly what this offense has got to do.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
Offense tagged for the penalty there as they walk off the distance. So not just the yardage, Brock, but the illegal forward pass also cost them the down. It's 2nd and long. Throwing from the gun. Gets him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
They'll throw, 3rd and long. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure...
All right, guys, that's how you make the L3 Super Sim, L3. Right, you go to jump forward, you go to end game, and that's how you let the game play itself, CPU versus CPU, even if it's your, it's your team. You can play the team, right, by exiting, or that's how you
before it's released
play the game automatically.
Now can't blame him looking at that score.
You go to franchise, right? You adjust a million things. You got to go on YouTube to check out how to adjust stuff.
And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass
And then when it's like kickoff or, you know, just before
Hey, I get it's already
the
over.
start,
Go down swinging.
L3,
Unfortunately,
go
that
fast
play, like
forward
so many of
and
them today,
shit.
Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
The Steelers offense headed out. It sure seems like they've been able to score every time they've touched it this quarter, Brock. So high hopes again for this upcoming series. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. They'll run here with Gainwell. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive. It's an 8-yard pickup, then they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Steelers, well, they could probably just run away and hide. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Again, this is
Man, they gotta stop that. I mean, that was good though, but I hate when they do that. All right, now it's touchdown time, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
On the handoff, here's Gainwell. And he's able to fight this down to the 2. That's 8 yards on that run, and now it's 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now an inside give to Johnson. He's hit and driven backwards. This is going to force him into 3rd and goal. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. We will not get to the end zone on our final play as the stop is made in time, and we're out of time in this game. So the Steelers come in and take this on the road. And they're off to a good start in the preseason, Brock. Seen a lot of players fighting together for the victory. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Steelers are winners as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.
You know what was missing? The cheerleaders, right? Where were they? Well, you know, don't offer me. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's $70 on PlayStation for this game. You know, like, I never bought a football game before. I always wanted one. $17 is pretty cool. All right, see you later, stream. Oh, we got skill points. Guys, I don't know anything about this game.
Rings on me like I'm in Pittsburgh. Motion maker, record breaker. 6 on my chest like an LA Laker. Black belt MC, call me master. 6 on the beat, it's a speaker blast. Bars are hot and bars are ready. I'm Little Caesars with the extra chetty. Extra style, extra flow. Trip for sale like 5 below. Yeah, in the club. she really, really pretty. Yo, I called up your grandma. Said this the new age nostalgia. She said that last night she called ya. Said JVB is the future. Palace backpack, Nike snapback. Break truck, stop playing hack sack. All gas, whole lot of motion.